Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Monday thus far. Starting the week off on a positive, efficient, productive, powerful note. Give y'all a chance to tap in with the kid before we start diving into the very important subject matter for the day. So hopefully, y'all got about an hour or so. Chop it up with the kid. Listen to what it is that I have to say and offer you 2 cents and all that good stuff, man. So this is going to be another powerful build as always. So what's the word, man? How y'all living? How y'all feeling? Montel, peace. What's happening with you, my brother? How you living? How you holding up? Yeah, we got powerful information, man. I'm going to unleash some powerful information on the kids today. So hopefully y'all got some time. Hopefully y'all got a little bit of time today. We might expose a little corruption. Louisiana, peace, my brother. What's going on? Evan, peace. What's happening? Anais, peace, queen. What's the word? Airview, peace. What's happening, my brother? Montel, man, everything is smooth my way. We all good. Antoinette, peace, queen. What's happening? Peace by Bless Zone out. What's the word? Renzo, what's going on, my brother? Yeah, we're gonna expose a little bit of the corruption out here, man. It's just some crazy things that I'm starting to uncover. A lot of it we already know, but it's like once you start to actually research it and really piece things together, it starts getting crazy out here. It's really real in the field. Like it's really real in the field. Like a lot of times it's a difference between speculating about something and then actually doing the research to confirm it. It's a big difference. So when you speculate, like let's just say when all of this stuff popped off, pandemic as we call it, and let's just say initially a lot of us were already suspicious, like, oh, you know what I'm saying, America was in on it, they know what happened, X, Y, and Z. Or they manufactured this virus in the lab, X, Y, and Z. We speculate. But then when you actually start to research and connect dots and confirm it, oh, that's when it's really real. That's when it's really real. When you actually start to research and confirm the speculation. Really real in the field. Really real in the field. Jamar, peace. What's happening? Nice. Oh, it must be honest, because guess what? They are definitely not honest. It's crazy. A lot of things, man. I'm just researching a lot of things via some books. And I'm gonna release the books when the time is right, because you know how it is. We release certain things and they they like to hate on the kids. You know what I'm saying? They like to hate on the books, ban videos on YouTube. They like to do all this type of good stuff, man. So we got to watch how we release it. My brother Julian, what's the word, my brother? What is the word? C squared, peace, what's happening? But yeah, they are dead, man. I've been researching some things, man, and it's crazy because I go read it in a book and then I go, of course, you go to Google, but we know who controls Google and Facebook and all of these social media sites and things along those lines and search engines and all that. So it's like when you try to confirm a lot of this research and you jump to Google, you already know what you're going to find. You already know what you're going to come across. So now we can't tell people to Google it. Like, that's not the best piece of advice these days when it comes to certain pieces of information. You can't just run and tell somebody, just Google it. They might be misled if they Google certain things out here these days. So that might be the wrong approach. B, peace, what's happening? CC, peace, what's the word? Lindell, peace, what's happening? So yeah, telling somebody these days to Google something, the way that they have regulated Google and the way that they have regulated a lot of these search engine sites, that might not be the move, man. It's a lot of books out here that you gotta grab, man. That got some of these truths out here, and it's crazy because when you start Googling these things that are in some of these books, they already, like, the first sites that pop up will be those fact checking sites. They literally have fact checking sites. They literally would come up. Like some of the things that I was reading in some of these books, I would Google it, and then it'd be like the second website. It'd be like fact check, and it'll say whatever I typed in, why it was misinformation or why it's misinformation. Like that's what they own. That's what they literally own. Oh, for sure, bro. Definitely message me on it. Definitely message me on that. And I got some. It's crazy because even when they talk about Wuhan, China, where they claim all of this stuff popped off, it's crazy because the America, Fauci, your boy Fauci, he funneled some money down that way to that exact lab, funding the research. So again, when all of this popped off, we over here, we were straight blaming China. And we was in on it the whole time. We literally, your boy Fauci, the Fauci that everybody trusts, the top scientist, the top doctor, whatever the case may be, literally, man, bunch of money went down to Wuhan in that lab where they was out there studying the bats and all that, where they claimed that this joint leaked out from. It's crazy. America, your favorite country, a lot of money went down there. A lot of money. I got a whole article right up, which it's crazy that this article still exists, but I'm gonna show y'all this article though. I'm gonna show y'all this article for sure. I'm about to read this article in a minute, man. I'm gonna read this article once, get about another minute in. We're gonna bring up this article, and y'all gonna see how crazy it is in the field. And I was even doing the knowledge to like HIV, AIDS, something along those lines. I was studying that. I've been studying that type of stuff for a minute because, again, these are viruses, so to speak. And it's crazy when I was doing the knowledge to that in regards to your boy, once again, Fauci. And I asked the question on Facebook. I was like, why do somebody give me a good reason why I should trust Anthony Fauci? I'm like, if you did just basic research, a basic background check on Fauci, you will come to the conclusion that, man, we should not trust this dude. Like, that's severely corrupted dude. I don't, for the life of me, understand why a bunch of black people are trusting this Fauci dude. I don't understand it. I mean, it's crazy. Man, I just did some elementary research on this dude, and what I'm coming up with is like, yo, Black Pill Revolution. Yes. I got that. I actually have that in the book right in front of me. Timeless Secrets of Health and Rejuvenation, that talks about HIV not necessarily causing AIDS. But I got that in a few other books as well. I remember when I was talking about that, like in 09, 2010, that went crazy. Like I think I typed that up on Facebook, and one of my Facebook pages, that led to a debate and all that type of stuff, because that's something that we've been led to believe. But when you start really doing the knowledge to it, like, yeah, it can get real in the field. It can get crazy. But that ain't even what I'm talking about in regards to HIV, AIDS, and all of that type of stuff. I'm talking about, hold on, oh yeah, Fauci definitely had the free reign since Obama administration. That's 100% facts. 100% facts. And it's kind of crazy, too, in reference to everything that's popping off. Hey, Black Pill, it's crazy that, like, I don't know if you check my community wall, but I just posted about that Black Pill Revolution. I posted about that last night. I posted about Kary Mullis, the creator of the PCR test. I posted about that last night. I actually posted that on the community wall. If you tapped in, you will see that I posted that last night. Which, if anybody knows about the PCR test, that's like the golden standard in regards to the test for determining whether or not somebody has the coronavirus, whatever you want to refer to it as. And Kary Mullis is supposed to be the guy that founded that particular test, and he admitted that test was faulty, that it was faulty, and you could easily manipulate the results. Like, he admitted that we should not be using that test, which is what they were using, which is what they have been using. The person who created the test admitted that we should not be using that test to determine if people are infected with a virus or not. He admitted that. The person who created the test admitted this. Ironically, this dude was killed like 7 months before the pandemic popped off. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I was already tapped into that. Like I said, research is getting a little deep. But yeah, even in regards to like HIV, AIDS, what I had found out, I already knew this, but this part of it got confirmed because I was just studying your boy Fauci. We already pretty much know that these things manufactured in labs. So we already know that they have working knowledge of these viruses a lot of times before they actually make their way to the public. But the crazy thing about it is they like to delay, I don't want to say the research, but they like to delay the discovery. So what do they call it? The discovery of the virus. They like to delay that. So a lot of people suffer from these sicknesses, from these illnesses, from these viruses before the virus is made known to the public. So a lot of people die from these viruses before they are made public. And that is crazy. And they do this all because it's a money grab. It's a whole money grab. But they delayed the discovery of a lot of these viruses out here for money grab. It's all money. Money involved. Money involved. But before I get too deep into that, I want to bring up this article though. Hey, who knows? This video might not make it. So y'all better just embrace this video while we own it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better embrace this video while we here streaming, because I don't know. This video may not make it. This video may not make it. This may give me another one of them strikes. But hey, it is what it is. We got to get this information out. I'm about to go ahead and share this screen so we can see what's up, so we can read this article right quick. So hold on. Let me go ahead and share this screen. Boom. Entire screen. We in here. Boom. All right, we in here. Y'all can see it. Vanity Fair. If you know anything about Vanity Fair, it's a legit, credible source right here. So we're gonna go right to the top. Y'all see the title right here. Headline here. In major shift, NIH admits funding risky virus research in Wuhan. That is the title right there. A spokesman for Dr. Fauci says he has been entirely truthful, but a new letter belatedly acknowledging the National Institutes of Health, which is NIH, support for virus-enhancing research adds more heat to the ongoing debate over whether a lab leak could have sparked the pandemic. Now let's go. Let's get into this. Let's get into this article. Let's break it down. I totally resent the lie you are now propagating. Dr. Anthony Fauci appeared to be channeling the frustration of millions of Americans when he spoke those words during an invective-laden, made for Twitter Senate hearing on July 20th. You didn't have to be a Democrat to be fed up with all the xenophobic finger-pointing and outright disinformation coming mainly from the right, up to and including the claim that COVID-19 was a bioweapon cooked up in a lab. Claim, right? All right. So the immediate target of Dr. Fauci's wrath was Senator Rand Paul, who was pressing the nation's top doctor to say whether the National Institutes of Health had ever funded risky coronavirus research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Based on new information disclosed by the National Institutes of Health, however, Paul might have been onto something. Now, let's keep going. On Wednesday, the NIH sent a letter to members of the House Committee on Energy and Commerce that acknowledged two facts. One was that EcoHealth Alliance, a New York City-based nonprofit that partners with far-flung laboratories to research and prevent the outbreak of emerging diseases, did indeed enhance a bat coronavirus to become potentially more infectious to humans, which the NIH later described as an unexpected result of the research it funded that was carried out in partnership with the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Let's reread that. This is fact number one. One was that EcoHealth Alliance, a New York City-based nonprofit that partners with far-flung laboratories to research and prevent the outbreak of emerging diseases, did indeed enhance, we all know English here, did indeed enhance a bat coronavirus to become potentially more infectious to humans, which the NIH later described as an unexpected result of the research it funded that was carried out in partnership with the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Come on now. The second was that EcoHealth Alliance violated the terms of its grant conditions, stipulating that it had to report if its research increased the viral growth of a pathogen by tenfold. The NIH based these disclosures on a research progress report that EcoHealth Alliance sent to the agency in August, roughly 2 years after it was supposed to. An NIH spokesperson told Vanity Fair that Dr. Fauci was entirely truthful in his statements to Congress and that he did not have the progress report that detailed the controversial research at the time he testified in July. But EcoHealth Alliance appeared to contradict that claim and said in a statement these data were reported as soon as we were made aware in our year 4 report in April 2018. So come on now, which one is true? Either he was truthful or he wasn't. All right, the letter from the NIH and an accompanying analysis stipulated that the virus EcoHealth Alliance was researching could not have sparked the SARS-CoV-2 pandemic given the sizable genetic differences between the two. In a statement issued Wednesday, NIH Director Dr. Francis Collins said that his agency wants to set the record straight on EcoHealth Alliance's research, but added that any claims that it could have caused the SARS-CoV-2 pandemic are demonstrably false. Of course, they got to deny that, you know. EcoHealth Alliance said in a statement that the science clearly proved that its research could not have led to the pandemic and that it was working with the NIH to promptly address what we believe to be a misconception about the grant's reporting requirements and what the data from our research showed. But the NIH letter, coming after months of congressional demands for more information, seemed to underscore that America's premier science institute has been less than forthcoming about risky research it has funded and failed to properly monitor. Instead of helping to lead a search for COVID-19's origins, with pandemic now firmly in its 19th month, the NIH has circled the wagons, defending its grant system and scientific judgment against a rising tide of questions. It's just another chapter in a sad tale of inadequate oversight, disregard for risk, and insensitivity to the importance of transparency, said Stanford microbiologist Dr. David Relman. Given all of the sensitivity about this work, it's difficult to understand why NIH and EcoHealth have still not explained a number of irregularities with the reporting on this grant. Look at that. Don't even want to explain it. Don't even want to talk about it. Because they know what they did. They know what they did. The disclosures of the last 4 months since Vanity Fair was first to detail how conflicts of interest resulting from the U.S. government funding of controversial virology research hampered America's investigation into COVID-19's origins present an increasingly disturbing picture. So we still going. Like this is deep. Early last month, the Intercept published more than 900 pages of documents it obtained through a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit against the NIH relating to EcoHealth Alliance's grant research. But there was one document missing, a fifth and final progress report that EcoHealth Alliance had been required to submit at the end of its grant period in 2019. So we got a missing document. What's the missing document? In its letter Wednesday, NIH included that missing progress report, which was dated August 2021. That report described a limited experiment, as the NIH letter phrased it, in which laboratory mice infected with an altered virus became sicker than those infected with a naturally occurring one. Let's reread that part. In which laboratory mice infected with an altered virus became sicker than those infected with a naturally occurring one. Does this sound familiar, people? The letter did not mention the phrase gain of function research, and this is important right here, that has become so central to the bitter clashes over COVID-19's origins. That type of controversial research, the manipulation of pathogens with the aim of making them more infectious in order to gauge their risk to humans. This is what gain of function research is. Has divided the virology community. A review system established in 2017 requires federal agencies to particularly scrutinize any research proposals that involve enhancing a pathogen's infectiousness to humans. Do y'all gain of function research? Please just do research to that. Like, that's sick. That's sick. Dr. Fauci spokesperson told Vanity Fair that EcoHealth Alliance's research did not fall under that framework, which is a lie, since the experiments being funded were not reasonably expected to increase transmissibility or virulence in humans. Straight up lying. But we know they're going to lie, though. They got to do that. Because here come the however. However, Alina Shan, A Boston-based scientist and co-author of the book Viral, The Search for the Origin of COVID-19, said the NIH was in a very challenging position. They funded research internationally to help study novel pathogens and prevent against them, but they had no way to know what viruses had been collected, what experiments had been conducted, and what accidents might have occurred. So they had no idea. Funny. But man, let me tap back in, man. Listen, y'all see this article though, man. Y'all see the article. I'm gonna show that headline once again because we ain't gonna read the whole entire article. Because y'all pretty much get the gist, man. I'm gonna put that back up on the screen. Major shift, NIH admits funding risky virus research in Wuhan. If you want to look this article up on your own, that's the headline. But let me come back to the screen. Let me tap back in. So we out here, man. Y'all saw that article, man. Y'all heard about some things that I was reading about, man. Y'all saw that. Hopefully y'all was following through. Yeah, Airview, man. I tried to scroll past that pic, man. You know, they always, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why they got to insert that joint. Yeah, man, unexpected result. It was an unexpected result. Basically, the outbreak. It was unexpected. You know what I'm saying? Unexpected. Ray, peace, what's happening? And yeah, I saw somebody, yeah, I think Akuma, you said something about the patents. Crazy. I'm starting to do the knowledge into patents. Man, it's crazy. Like, I didn't, like, listen, matter of fact, I'm going to read something from this book, man. And I'm going to show the book. Somebody asked about book. This is a good book. Just got this joint. Plandemic. 100% censored, 0% debunked. Nice little book right here, man. Nice book. Plandemic, 100% censored, 0% debunked. Let me just read something. This book real in the field, man. But let me just read something from. Let me read a highlight from this book in reference to patents, man. Y'all about to be kind of mind blown, man. It's about to make you start looking up every patent in the game. Cause I ain't like, this is crazy. Some of this I already knew, but it's like like I said, once again, when you start really doing the knowledge to this stuff, man, you be like, all right, man, it's really real in the field. And it's one thing to speculate. It's one thing to speculate, but it's another thing to confirm. But let me see. Let me read this. Let me read this to y'all real quick. All right, hold on. Let me see if this is the one. Yep, here we go. Approximately 1/3 of all patents filed in the United States were functional forgeries, meaning that while they had linguistic variations, they actually covered the same subject matter. In other instances, when a company's patent was expiring or an inventor went from one firm to another, they would duplicate a filing in a process referred to as double patenting. That is, they would patent their project again, which is against the law. It was clear that businesses were engaging in all kinds of subterfuge under the state of cover of the U.S. Patent Office. Dr. Martin and his team actually read the substance of the patents and not just the abstract, something few Americans had ever done. What they found only solidified their growing concern that scientists and big business were pulling one over on the American public. Within these documents, there are a lot of things being disclosed that are not what the title or the abstract or any superficial level of the patent actually was, he said. You know, patents for a nuclear reactor that were examined in the patent office by the patent examiners for bathroom fixtures. I was thinking this can't be real. It was real. In May 2001, Dr. Martin brought his findings to Congress for a hearing in the subcommittee on courts, the internet, and intellectual property of the Committee on the Judiciary of the House of Representatives. Then Representative Howard Berman of California called Dr. Martin's findings astonishing. As other members of the committee, including Lindsey Graham, listened rapt. Also listening, the companies whose patents Dr. Martin was exploring, these companies realized, we may be in trouble, he explained. And so what they did was they started donating their patents to universities and taking hundreds of millions of dollars of tax deductions as a result. Now they about to break down how it worked. Here's how it would work. First, a company like DuPont or Monsanto would donate a patent to the university. The company would assign almost any value they wanted to the patent, perhaps saying that it was worth $50 million. They used that $50 million donation for their own tax benefit, and the university could then turn around and tell the government that they had received a matching grant of $50 million from a company. They could use that to then get $50 million in real cash from people like Dr. Fauci, since federal grant rules require universities to prove that they have industrial partnerships. Dr. Martin continued, billions of dollars were being stolen and extorted from the government using the pen. No one had any idea. Come on now. Come on now. There's some more that I want to find in reference to this, man. Let me find some more, man. But this is crazy. This stuff is crazy, man. It's crazy how they be. It's the trick knowledge out here, and it's crazy. Like, it's literally crazy, man. Let me see if I can find it's another quote that I want to find in this joint, man. I don't think I can find it on this joint real quick, though. Because it was a powerful quote, man. I think I highlighted it, but I don't know. Okay, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see. Matter of fact, we just gonna go ahead and keep reading. Yeah, I can keep reading. Let me keep reading. We wonder what other criminal enterprises and what other illicit activities were being hidden, he said. The amazing thing is the audacity of criminal organizations. They hide their actions in plain sight. They hide them in places where nobody will ever think to look. Not surprisingly, patents, because nobody reads them, happen to be a good place to conceal illicit activities. Let's reread that. They hide them in places where nobody will ever think to look. Not surprisingly, patents, because nobody reads them, happen to be a good place to conceal illicit activities. That included activities by the government. For example, Dr. Martin explained, you have people talking about the fact that the United States is only focused on its biologic agent program for defensive purposes. Then you see a United States patent for a blast-resistant pathogen fired from a rocket-propelled grenade. Last time I checked, a blast-resistant pathogen from a rocket-propelled grenade is hardly a vaccine in a syringe. The words tell the story. Almost without trying, Dr. Martin has stumbled on the ultimate source document, a map showing exactly what the U.S. government, big business, big science, and academia were really up to. Layers below all of the press releases, the patents were where the truth came to rest. Dr. Martin kept digging to find it. The only place you can go to validate the things that we actually uncovered are the digital fingerprints of the perpetrators of the crime, the file patents themselves. If you get the words that people use, then you can use that to track down their grants and you can try to track down their affiliations, he said. Before long, you see that the Patent Office, the CDC, the FDA, the NIH, and the National Science Foundation are all in this massive collusive network, which is essentially a way to take public funds and underwrite corporate programs, and probably most egregiously pay exorbitant amounts of money to universities that rely on federal grants as one of their primary funding sources. Ultimately, the patent represents the commercial greed of an individual or organization, because what they're trying to do when a patent is filed is the obstruction of free market by definition. As a result, that there is a high incentive to obstruct free markets across the system. And there is a high incentive to lie about it. And it turns out that when nobody was watching the store, both of those happen. It's crazy out here, man. It's crazy. Start studying them patents, man. Read the patents. That's why I posted the patent that I posted. Start reading these patents, man. These patents are letting you know what's happening. And a lot of people was asking about the patent that I posted. Once again, we want to go to a page in this book, and we want to give y'all a little example. Not an example, but a little brief summary. Shante P. Queen, what's happening? Let's go back to. All right, here we go. We're going to go right here. In 1999, the National Institute for Allergy and Infectious Diseases, under the leadership of who? Dr. Anthony Fauci, began funding research into recombinant coronaviruses. 1999, right? 1999. Their specific aim was to create infectious, replication defective coronavirus. In short, they sought to use coronavirus as a technology that could infect humans without a high risk of transmission. This work, done at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, resulted in U.S. patent 7,279,327. Methods for producing recombinant coronavirus filed in 2002 before severe acute respiratory syndrome existed, SARS. So isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Conducted the research, filing the patent. Like they are. Do y'all realize what I'm saying? They are filing patents on viruses. Listen, if these things naturally occur, do y'all understand that you cannot file a patent on nature? Do you realize that? You can only file a patent on something that's manufactured, something that was made, something that was created. So if they filing patents on viruses, what is that telling you? What is that telling you? What is that? And then even if they file a patent on this virus, it's still like illegal in regards to them doing that. But if they filing patents on viruses, which is what is literally what they're doing. It's literally what they are filing patents on these viruses, man. They are out here making big money on the virus itself and the vaccines that come with it. Big money on it. Big money on it. Big money on it. My brother Dale, peace, big head Fred, peace. What's happening? Dale, appreciate that donation. You say, have you heard the accusations of NIH changing the definition of gain of function and CDC changing the definition of vaccine? I've heard about that. I didn't dive deeply into that second part yet, though. I briefly saw it, but I didn't dive deeply into it yet, though. But yeah, that's what they do, though. That's what we call trick knowledge. That's what they do. They change definitions on us. That's one of the ways that they get over on us. They start changing definitions. That's what they do. So we got to watch them. Sneaky for sure. And it's crazy. Like I said, who knows? This video may make it. This video may not. I tried to code word it, but still, it don't matter, man. I didn't use all the keywords, so they might be tapping in right now. I'm pretty sure they be tapped in. But it's crazy. It's crazy out here, man. It's a lot that is going on like that we just not hip to. Like the American public, like a lot of people just not hip to some of the simple things that's going on. Like literally, they are patenting viruses. Like that don't even come on now. If that ain't raising red flags, man. Patenting viruses. I mean, do people know how much money? Listen, matter of fact, if y'all are familiar with what is it called, man? I'm gonna look it up before I build on it real quick. Y'all know I like to bring up my definition before I start building on it because we gotta have it right and exact. Look at that. Try to click on something. Won't even let me do it. Won't even let me do it, man. Let me go ahead and. Sometimes you can go right to their sites and they tell you the truth. They know we don't be reading out here. So a lot of people, I remember when they was coming out with jabs and all of that rather too quickly, and they start talking about things being FDA approved and all of that nonsense. For one, I don't care if something is FDA approved or not, but they have something that's written in their laws that's called emergency use authorization. emergency use authorization. Look that up. That's how they able to give you a jab without it being approved. It's called emergency use authorization. And that's how they can get the that's how they can have guinea pigs. That's how they can give you something that ain't been approved by anything or anybody. Emergency use authorization. So boom, they can hit you with a pandemic, boom, pandemic, whatever we want to refer to it as. Hit you with it. Create mass hysteria. Create this large state of fear. When you got mass hysteria and you got fear, people looking for what? Solution. Oh, it's a virus out here killing people. Only solution that most people know, because people ain't gonna eat right, people ain't gonna do that type of stuff. Oh, we need a jab. So boom, emergency use authorization. That gives them the ability to give you a jab in a matter of months without it being approved by anything. Now, again, their stamp of approval is still trash, but that's how they're able to do something like that. They don't need it to be approved. See, people don't understand that. People was out here talking about, I need to be approved. They do not need for it to be approved for them to be able to use it. They have a whole emergency use authorization. As in the law, they can administer this joint to you without it being approved by their stamp of approval, which is already trash. But that's how they're able to do things like that, man. They have written the law, so they can do whatever they want to do. But again, we don't read. Big head for it, man. It's crazy. It's like at the same time where I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, I try to say, oh man, more people are waking up. But it's like every time I think that that's the truth, I start talking to people, and I'm like, well, dang, every time I try to give us the benefit of the doubt, I feel like the only time where I really see people waking up is on social media, and like we all spaced out. But it's like when I start going out to where I'm at, it's like, man, people be tripping out here, man. People be tripping. JF, peace, what's happening? And you can't even, Alonzo, peace, what's happening? And you can only halfway talk about this information, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You can only halfway talk about this information, man. You can only halfway talk about this information before they start threatening you, trying to silence you, banning your whole platform. That already, when that started happening, that was my evidence. Anybody that talked out against this type of stuff, man, you know what I'm saying? You're getting banned. Again, they're not telling you what you're saying is wrong. They just, boom, they banning you. They ban you. So they only allow one piece of information to rise to the surface, man. That was all the evidence that I needed. That was all the evidence that I needed, man. It's like, it's crazy. Like a lot of the stuff that I read, man, when you start Googling this stuff, man, I'm telling you, y'all gonna see the fact-checking websites come up. It's crazy. It's crazy. You're gonna see a lot of fact check. Oh, it's like fact checker, and you whatever you typed in, they're gonna tell you why it's false. They're gonna tell you why it's misinformation. Big head for sure. And unfortunately, a large percentage of our people have already been jabbed up. That's the unfortunate part. It's like there's no turning back at that point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are ways to detox and cleanse yourself from the effects of these jabs, but most people ain't even gonna do that. But unfortunately, man, I don't know about y'all, but I know quite a few people around me that resemble my pigmentation that have been jabbed up, and proud about it. But again, like I say, do what you want to do, but man, please pay attention to the other side of the research, man, because it's real in the field, man. I feel like everybody needs to be informed, because they doing a great job trying to keep you away from this type of information. So you got to ask yourself, well, why are they trying so hard to keep me away from that information? It must be something to that information. Please keep an open mind. Please keep an open mind, man. Please keep an open mind. I'm trying to tell y'all, a lot of these folks, a lot of us, we are not just conspiracy theorists. A lot of us, we value research. We are probably doing more research than the people that's out here trying to tell you get the jab. I can guarantee you that, because we are doing research on both ends. Because for the most part, most of us have been jabbed up when we were children. So we was programmed like everybody else. And we had to come to the truth. And the way we came to that truth was through research. We didn't just wake up one day and say, I ain't getting jabbed up no more. Man, we came across information that was like, nah, this is not beneficial. This is not healthy. I'm not fooling with that. We came across information, man. We ain't just making things up. We ain't just dreaming about things. And nah, we literally are researching a lot of this type of stuff, man. And it's a lot of honest scientists that have came out, written books, made videos that got banned, that got deleted, telling you the truth. Like, come on now. All right, Sean, for sure, man. Just me being in marketing. Like, when people run to Google and act like Google got all the answers, I just laugh. And I'm like, man, you really cannot trust Google like that, man. It's a lot when it comes to certain pieces of information, certain subjects, man, you definitely can't be trusting Google, man. It's really all about money. Like, who has the money? It's called, like, in marketing, it's called search engine optimization. I can literally, like, if I got a lot of money, I can easily, whatever field I'm in, I can easily pay to have my information on the first page of Google. Easily. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Who has the most money? Who has the most money? Whoever has the most money, that's who you're going to see. Google is going to support their interests. Like, literally. Like, when I was studying marketing, literally, search engine optimization, literally could pay to have your information on the first page of Google, man. If you got money, you're going to show up in the search engine easily. Having money and showing up on the first page of Google don't necessarily mean what you're saying is true. It just means you got the money. And just because you're not showing up on Google, just because you can't find something on search engine, don't mean it's false. So a lot of people don't understand that reality. Oh, Denise, don't even get me started. I know so many people that didn't have complications from it that it's ridiculous. I know so many people that didn't have complications from it, man. I'm telling you. And like I said, I know train people that work in these fields, and they telling me what they are seeing. And they keep hitting people with the lies, man. They keep hitting people with the lies and say the people that are jabbed up, their symptoms will be less severe opposed to people that's not. Man, that is garbage, man. It's garbage. That's garbage. Yeah, Chris, that's my point though. You can do it organically, but if somebody got the most money in that industry, they can easily rank ahead of you. Easily. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, my whole degree is marketing. And it boiled down to money. You know what I'm saying? If somebody got the money, whether we do it organically or not, if you going up against a big machine with money, they easily can rank right above you. They can easily phase you out. You know what I'm saying? No matter how organic we try to be with it. Like, once they start putting that money up, like, they can phase us out, the people that's doing everything organically. Like, that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people be paying. A lot of people be paying, man. A lot of those major businesses, they pay. They pay. And that's the sad reality of it. You know what I'm saying? That's the sad reality of it. Oh, Terenzo, man, they listen, psychologically engineered, it is horrible, horrific. Like I said, it's hard to have conversation with the average person because of the engineering. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's hard to have a conversation, man. It's hard to have a conversation, and we fear based. And again, like I said, man, just the lack of desire we have for the truth. It's like, man, when somebody presents that other side, it's like people just shut off. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's like when you start coming from that angle, like nobody wants to listen to what you have to say. Like, listen, comprehend, all of that good stuff. Like, they may hear you, but they not listening. They not comprehending what it is that you are saying. They just hear you. You know what I'm saying? But then when they start talking, then it's like they want you to comprehend and listen to everything that they saying. They'll for sure, 100%. And that's why I say I'll be focusing on what's right and exact, which is my current research. Like, what's right and exact? Like, what is the actual truth behind what's going on? And sadly enough, a lot of times, even on that, you say being programmed to believe or not to believe. Even with that though, when it comes to breaking down the truth, I approach it two ways. I gotta break down the information that they are showing us. Like, why do I keep seeing this same piece of information floating around? Why do they want us to see this information? Or in regards to like a person, who is this person? Like when it came to Fauci, I'm like, dude, who is this dude? Where did he came? Where did he come from? What is his history? You know what I'm saying? Like people, how many black people do you think can break down the history of Fauci? But yet they will believe something that he says and they would trust something that he says. But how many people, how many black people do you know can actually break down his history? And I'm talking about the black people that have listened to him and entrusted what he said and then quoted what he said to make a point. How many of those black people do you think can break down any type of history in reference to Fauci? I didn't call him Dr. Fauci, you know, but Anthony Fauci. How many people do you think, black people, do you think can break down his history? Just, I mean, how many black people you think know any type of history in regards to Fauci? That's what I want to know. How many people know his history? That's the first thing. Like, because he was like the mascot. It's like every time you looked up when it came to this situation, you see Fauci. Fauci's name is associated with it. So that led me to say, okay, we got to study dude. What is his history? What is his background? Let's study Fauci. How many black people actually said, let's study Fauci? Who studied Fauci? But everybody trusting what this man said. Man, you know how many people say I trust? You know how many people came to me and was like, I'm trusting science. Oh, wow, they telling me what Fauci said. But you don't know the history of Fauci, though. But this the same society that when it comes to relationship, we act like we don't know, we didn't know such and such was a trash person. So that doesn't surprise me that we don't be doing the knowledge to people's background and people's history. That's our society. Big Head Fred, very active in that movement, very active. And that's his basic research. So once you start researching him, you would have came across that. And once you came across his involvement, you would have been like, oh, that's crazy. Because, man, it's crazy. What was the medication for AIDS at the time? I think it's like AZT or something. I think that was the medication at the time. They was pushing that medication on people with AIDS at that time. That medication was actually killing the folks with AIDS. It was killing them quicker than they would have died anyway. It was killing them. Literally, it was tearing them down. But they were pushing that medication on the folks. I was reading a story that talked about that. I was reading a story where a person, they had a family member, that had AIDS at the time. I think it was like a brother or something. He had AIDS, and this was right around the time where that medication, I think it was like AZT, whatever the medication was. That's when that medication was being pushed. So they put him on the medication. They was like, man, this dude health started to decline instantly. And they was like, man, it was people around him saying, man, that medication is killing you, not the AIDS, not AIDS. And so they had him get off the medication for maybe a few weeks, and his health started to improve. Then when he got back on the medication, and then he did not last that long shortly after he got back on the medication. But if you do the knowledge to Fauci and do the knowledge to that AIDS medication at that time, there we go. That's wickedness right there. But they was pushing that medication hard. Matter of fact, I think that same medication that I'm talking about, it was some medication that they used for cancer patients, and they discontinued it because it was like detrimental to the cancer patients, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, this same medication I'm talking about, they was using it for cancer treatment, and it was deemed ineffective and harmful to the cancer patients. Then they, all right, we're gonna give it to the AIDS patients, and they started doing the same thing. Money grab, man, money grab, money grab. But hey, what do we know though, man? We just conspiracy theorists, and we just make this type of stuff up. Like what I look like making something like this up, it don't even make any sense. I would have one great imagination if I just start making these things up. What's the point? You know what I'm saying? We out here, we listen, we unraveling the truth. That's what we focusing on, the truth. People need the truth. When they say the truth shall set you free, that is psychological. That is mental, because we know physically what happens when you start telling the truth out here. We already know. But we can't be afraid to speak the truth to power once we come across that truth. And that's part of the problem. A lot of people get the truth, afraid to speak it, afraid to share it with people because they're afraid of what may happen. Now, we can't be afraid of that. We cannot be afraid of that at all. Stand on your square at all time, and that square represents the truth. So stand on your truth at all time. Stand on your truth at all times because it's real in the field. We got to know what's going on. We got to know what's going on, man. We have got to know what's going on so we can make informed decisions, man, so we can protect our health mentally and physically. Big Head Fred, that movie is definitely peace. King, peace, what's happening? Yeah, they be afraid of the truth. Like I said, man, when I used to be on Facebook back in the day, when I was Illuminati Bell was my actual name on that joint. Then they started requesting people use ID. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't be on Facebook without uploading ID to prove who you were. So they got me, man. So 2 pages got deleted. You know what I'm saying? But man, that's when I was getting them threats, man. I was getting them threats. Again, those threats all said the same thing. They was like, man, you need to be careful in regards to what you are saying. You need to be careful in regards to what you are posting. They were not telling me what you are posting is not true. They didn't tell me stop posting lies. They just said, hey, you need to be careful posting what you are posting. You need to be careful talking about what you are talking about. That's all they said. All they said. They didn't tell me what I was saying was a lie. They didn't tell me what I was saying was nonsense, fabricated. They didn't tell me none of that. They just said you need to be careful. You said because certain people that will not like what you are posting. It's certain people that would not like this information getting out to the masses. Like this is what was told to me via messages on Facebook from weird profiles, people that didn't have a profile pic. So we already know who they working with, who they working for. We already know. So this ain't something we making up, man. This is real in the field. They really don't be wanting certain pieces of information to get out, man. That's why if you got a certain follow, like they not gonna allow you to reach a certain following, man. When you an individual that stands on the truth, and then if you do, you gotta go. Four Elements, peace. Denise for sure. Like they don't like. Listen, we got prime examples, man. Just imagine, and this ain't even just me. Just imagine anybody that stood on the truth. If they got 500,000 people rocking with them on YouTube, and they start talking like this, man, they got not even 500 million people. Just imagine if some of these entertainers are like, oh man, I got 13 million followers on Instagram. Let me go ahead and post a book called Plandemic. Man, do you know how fast that person's page might get deleted? That person might get assassinated within 24 hours of posting that. Something gonna happen to that person. Man, you got 13.7 million followers on Instagram, and you posting books talking about Plandemic. You gotta go. You got to go. Who let this person do that? You gotta go. Man, you getting deleted quickly. You getting banned, deleted quickly. You're not gonna make it. Now they may let smaller platforms they got the smaller platform, like platforms today, they may let me slide. Like I may be able to get the information out, and they may not, you know what I'm saying, nothing may happen to me. But it's once you start reaching a certain number of people, they're like, nah, we can't have this. Tasha, and that man, it's crazy that you mentioned Judy Mikovits. I think that's how you spell it, because that's who I'm studying. Gag order. She got arrested. She got a man. That man, they was boy. Whoo, yeah. I'm a build on that. But she straight got arrested though. That was crazy. Crazy. They was assassinated. One of the first things they do is character assassination, and that's what they tried to do to her. But that's one person I'm studying right now. That's one person I'm studying right now. Yeah, they arrested her. She was studying when she was a scientist right there along with him. It's crazy. She a scientist right there along with him. But people won't believe her because of what she's saying. But then they say they trust science. That's crazy. As if all scientists are agreeing. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. But she straight got arrested. Crazy. And her story her story is crazy, man. Her story is crazy. Just crazy. I'm gonna build on that later down the line. All four elements for sure. Oh, Denise, don't even get me started on that, man. Just seeing the nonsense that people be out here posting And that mug would be, like you said, that mug would be like 1.5 million. I'm like, what? Man, but it's a hard journey for the truth tellers, man, because we got to be mindful, man. We got to watch our backs, and if we say certain things, like, it's crazy, man. They just don't want us to. They don't want us to succeed out here, man. They don't want the truth to come out, of course. But that ignorance, man, that's a profitable. Listen, that's a profitable lane. Just being ignorant. I can come over here and be ignorant all day. That mug I have 6,000 eyes on me if I'm just ignorant out here. So, Shantae, Don't Look Up. I do not think I've seen that movie, man. I don't watch so many movies today, I can't even remember, but I don't think I've seen that one. Yeah, I don't think I've seen Don't Look Up. I'm gonna have to tap in. Matter of fact, once I Google joints and see, not even Google the joint, but once I look the joint up and just see the actual cover of it, like the cover art. Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen this joint. I haven't seen it. I gotta tap in. But yeah, man, we gotta start standing on this truth, man. We can't be afraid. I ain't never been afraid to speak what's on my mind. Okay, Shantae, I'm gonna tap in. Hey, the comedies be having the jewels too. Not only you get the symbolism, but you laugh a little bit. But yeah, man, I ain't never been afraid to speak what's on my mind. Like, that's never been me. I ain't never been afraid of doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't, forget the money, it's about the truth. Like I said, when you do things, listen, when you passionate about something, when you love what you're doing, like all of that, the finance, the money, all that stuff gonna take care of itself. We never worried about that. We worried about getting the truth out. That's my main objective. I'm worried about getting the truth out in a lot of different realms of reality. But I'm focused on the truth. The truth. When they say stand on your square, like I said, that square is symbolic to the truth. I'm standing on truth. What's the truth? Oh yeah, Torenzo, for sure. They definitely be buying. They definitely be buying subscribers out here, buying likes, buying fans, buying followers, buying like all of that, buying friends in real life. Like, it's just a reflection of real life. People be out here paying for friends. They be paying for, like, listen, man, that's just a reflection of real life. Reflection of real life. Reflection of reality. Big reflection of reality. Jabbar, aligning with the truth, one of the best things you can ever do. All right, Dale, man, I'm tapping in, man. Y'all done. I'm tapping in. That might be the move tonight. I gotta tap in to Don't Look Up. I'm gonna tap into it, see what they talking about. Definitely tap into that joint. But yeah, Jabbar, yeah. Aligning with the truth, one of the best things you can do. Personally, just mentally, physically, just aligning with the truth. And that's what I strive to do. I'm always in alignment with the truth. If it's true, that's what I'm in alignment with. If it's right and exact, that's what I'm with. That's what I'm for. I'm for the truth. People always ask, man, what religion you? Hey, man, I deal with the truth. I deal with what's right and exact. Like, that's what I fool with. Like, that's what I fool. That's what I put my energy behind. What's right and exact? What's the truth? I don't be caring about all the belief. I don't be caring about faith. I don't be caring about none of that. I care about the facts. I care about the truth. Like, that's the thing. Those are things that I care about. I care about what's right and exact. Like, that's literally what I care about. Again, you're not gonna hear me say words like belief and faith. Like, that ain't what I don't fool with any of that. I don't fool with anybody. Like, somebody, I made a post. I think it has something to do with the culture or whatnot. And somebody asked me on the post, I think it was like a homeboy asked me what I believe in. I'm like, man, bro, I don't believe in anything. Like, I don't believe in anything. Keyword, like, I don't believe in anything. Like, that's not something that I do. Like, I don't believe. Like, either I know something or I don't. Like, literally, it's as simple as that. Either I know something or I don't. Like, that's literally how I live my life. Either I know something or I don't. If I don't know something, like, that's literally what it is. People be asking me questions all the time. And of course, like there are times for philosophical discussions, but sometimes, man, it's better, I'll be like, I just don't know. You literally asking me something where I can't answer that because for one, like I'm gonna give you a prime example. People start asking me, well, what do you think happens after you die? I'm like, man, I don't know. I ain't never like listen, the people that can answer that, they are not here with us. So I don't even waste my time focusing on that. I don't care what happens after I die because I'm already be dead at that point. So why would I spend my living time worrying about what happens after you die? I don't know. I'm currently alive right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm currently living, true and living at that. So I'm not really concerned about that. So a lot of times I just hit people with an answer and they be getting mad. They be wanting some deep, profound answer. And I'm gonna hit you simply with, I don't know. And the people that can answer that, they not with us right now. I ain't talking about people that so-called died and came back. They came back. I'm talking about people that died and they still dead. Like those are the ones that can answer what happens when you die. And we cannot, like, that's just that. So, you know, I don't waste time on those type of discussions. Now, there are philosophical discussions that I would engage in, philosophical, meaning like it's not necessarily revolving around what's true, it's an opinion. And I will admit when something is an opinion. Like I will admit that. But for the most part, either I know something or I don't. Oh, Denise, you say what motivates you if you don't believe in anything? Oh, I'm self-motivated because notice when I say I don't believe anything, it's a lot that I know in regards to myself. And that's what motivates me. Like I know how powerful I am. I know how precious life is. I know how precious my life is. Now I know how powerful life is. I know how powerful spoken word is. I know how powerful my thoughts are. So that's the type of stuff that motivates. Like it's a lot of things that I know just off of observation. That's part of knowledge. Observation, examining, gathering information. Like those are the things that motivate me. Those are the things that drive me. It's the things that I know. And then even the things that I don't know, I'm also motivated to find out the truth about those things. So I'm motivated in both lanes. I'm motivated by what I know about myself and life around me. And I'm also motivated about what I don't know because I have the ability to strive to find out. You know, so just because I don't know something don't mean I'm gonna stop there with it. If I don't know something, then I may study it and I may come to a conclusion. That's what science is all about. I don't know something. Now let me research it and let me reach a conclusion. It's a lot of things that I don't know that I'm striving to figure out, that I'm striving to research and study. So I'm motivated by that. And that right there is when you start accumulating knowledge. But again, when they start hearing people talk like that, that's that fear. You know what I'm saying? That's that fear. Oh, this brother said he don't believe in that. He either knows something or he don't. Oh, we can't have that because I don't gotta like listen, I don't believe that I'm powerful. Like I know that I'm powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to believe that. I know that. I don't have to believe in the power of my thoughts and words. Like I know how powerful my thoughts are. I know how powerful my words are. Like I know these things. I have to believe it. I don't have to. I don't have to. It's a big difference between believing something and knowing it to be true. You believe it to be true means uncertainty behind the belief. Knowing certainty. I'm certain. Like I'm certain that this is true because I know. But belief, like it's a strong conviction, but they don't necessarily mean that it's true. And that's what belief is. That's what faith is. Strong conviction, but it's still some uncertainty there. Whether we want to admit that or not, that's literally what it is and what it boils down to. And again, that belief and that faith, that can work for most people. It doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me. The way I program my mind, like I know these things, like the things that most people believe about themselves and stuff like that, like I know. Programming. Like when I say I know something that's way stronger than I believe that if I do this, then no. That if I do this, this is what's gonna happen. So I'll be having to break those things down. Like, yeah, that belief may work for you, but man, I deal with that knowledge. Like, all right, boom, if I do this, then this is what's gonna happen. Not if I believe that if I do X, Y, and Z, this may happen. That's like nah, deal with that knowledge and see how more powerful you become when you start dealing with knowing versus believing. And that's what I deal with. And I've been functioning like that for a very long time. Very long time. Very long time, man. It helps me navigate through life easily. Like with ease, man. Just help me navigate. Matter of fact, I should do a breakdown in regards to that because that's a good topic. But man, with that being said, man, I gotta tap out this stream, man. I was just getting warmed up, man. Just getting warmed up, man. But I'm gonna tap back in probably in like 2 days, man. I'm gonna finish up a few of these books and our research. We're gonna come back with some more truth, with some more facts. But I appreciate the stream, man. I appreciate all the comments, appreciate donations, all that good stuff, man. It's always peace on this stream. But I gotta tap, I gotta head up to this gym. Y'all already know I'm always working, trying to get my people healthy. Hey, this video may last, may not last. I have no idea. Depending on how YouTube feeling, man. If they want to flag this video, they definitely can because I use a lot of the keywords it's not supposed to use. But hey, man, we gotta get the truth out. So if this video not up 2 days from now, y'all don't see me post, y'all already know what it is. I got thrown in YouTube jail. We just gonna go ahead and put that out there. So if y'all don't hear from me in 7 days, y'all know what didn't happen. But hey, if y'all hear from me, then it's all peace, it's all good. I know eventually they gonna find this video and they gonna go ahead and take it down. But it is what it is. But I appreciate y'all taking the time out to listen to the kid. I got to make moves. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Monday. If I don't see y'all tomorrow, y'all definitely see a shorter video. And I'm going to definitely tap in Wednesday, and we're going to build on some more truths. So I'm out, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace.